Good morning. This is Kellaland on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
The South Dakota Attorney General says a Rapid City police officer was justified in a deadly shooting.
The incident happened on February 3rd at the Loaf and Jug convenience store. The report says Eric Wright confronted employees before holding a clerk at knife point. When an officer arrived, Wright let go of the clerk. The officer then ordered Wright multiple times to drop the knife. The report says Wright then ran toward the officer while holding two knives. The officer fired 3 times. Wright later died at the hospital.
The Attorney General also released new pictures from the officer's body camera, as well as pictures of the 2 knives. Authorities say Wright had alcohol in his system and was on parole after being released from prison in January.
A staff member at the Henry School District is accused of having sexual contact with a minor. Court documents show that Shanna Reese is charged with sexual contact with a child under 18 by a person in authority.
The Henry School Superintendent sent a letter to parents saying it was informed by the Cottington County Sheriff's Office that a staff member had inappropriate activities with a student. The letter says Reese has resigned. The school will provide additional counselors to students and staff. Reese is expected to make her first court appearance in April. Meanwhile, some crime went up in Sioux Falls in 2022 compared to 2021, but not all. Aggravated and domestic assaults increased during this time period, as did robberies, burglaries, and stolen vehicles. However, rapes and drug overdose deaths were both down in 2022 when compared to 21.
Homicides increased slightly from 5 to 7, but were still well under the 13 that 2020 had. Sioux Falls' population increased by more than 6,000 people to just under 209,000 in 2022. And authorities in Northwest Iowa are warning residents about a scam appearing across the state. The Sioux County Sheriff says the scam is referred to as distract and dash. Authorities say 2 suspects will approach a shopper. While one distracts them, the second will go through the shopper's purse and take credit cards, cash, and membership cards to club stores like Sam's Club or Costco.
The suspects will then go to those stores and use the credit and membership cards to buy gift cards. They'll then use the gift cards to buy items. Sometimes these purchases can be thousands of dollars. The Sioux County Sheriff's Office says there are some ways to prevent the distract and dash scam. They include securing your purse to the shopping cart, keeping your wallet hidden, and reporting suspicious activity.
Now let's send it over to meteorologist Scott Munt for a check of our weather. Good morning, Scott.
Well, good morning there, Lauren. Good morning, everybody. We are following flurries, snow showers for today. Anything that falls will remain light. Everybody has a good chance to see accumulating snow for tomorrow, when on average 3, maybe up to 5, 6 inches of snowfall will be possible. In the meantime, today, temperatures will reach the teens, 20s, and 30s for afternoon highs. Winter weather advisories do cover much of Kellaland for tomorrow. More details on that forecast with Brian coming up.
Thanks, Scott. City snow removal crews in Sioux Falls are ready for another round of snow. So far, they've removed 26,000 truckloads of snow, putting them in 9 piles across the city.
They hope the melting we've experienced in the last couple of weeks has helped create more room for any additional snowfall.
We've been actively out cleaning out storm drains to allow water to flow down the storm drains, and I think we're back to where we were prior to that last snow event. So I hope that on the street we have enough storage capacity to take on what we have coming.
Once the storms have passed, the city will decide if they need to haul away more snow off the streets or let Mother Nature and the sun do their part. After 5 days of basketball at the Denny Sanford Premier Center, the men's and women's Summit League champions have been crowned. The SDSU women took the title by defeating Omaha 93-51, while Oral Roberts topped NDSU 92-58.
The Jackrabbits and Golden Eagles now advance to the NCAA tournament. Both teams will learn their seeding during Sunday's selection shows. For the past month, public comment has been stacking up about the proposed Riverline District near 10th and Cliff in Sioux Falls. The idea of building a new stadium at the site for the Sioux Falls Canaries has received some strong reaction online.
While many comments are against the idea of building a new stadium, the Sioux Falls Canaries are hoping to have further discussion about what the project could look like.
Yes, we want to be a part of the conversation. We want to see how we can collaborate with different partners, the city included. Would it make sense? Would it be a good, viable option for the community? And ultimately, the story and the narrative we want to tell is we can be more than baseball.
We'll hear more from the Canaries owners in tonight's Your Money Matters. Public comment for the Riverline District is open through March 24th. We have a link to add your comments or read other community ideas for the area with this story right on here on KELOLAND.com.
And a Sioux Falls business is using a game of chance to raise money for a pair of local nonprofit organizations. JJ's Wine, Spirit, and Cigars has patrons chasing the Queen of Hearts to benefit Ronald McDonald House Charities and Dakota Dachshund Rescue. Roger Lacey and his wife have fostered about 100 dogs over the years, including Ingrid.
We got her from a breeder. She's 8 years old, and basically she was a little puppy machine and didn't know how to even be a dog.
To help raise money for dogs like Ingrid, JJ's is hosting a Find the Queen of Hearts drawing every Tuesday night. No one won last night's drawing, so starting this next week, the jackpot at $7,500.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, weather for the next couple of days. First of all, we've got winter weather advisories. This will really be the story tomorrow. Some of these headlines start up here by this evening in the far west as snow begins to fall. Let's take a closer look at our hourly forecast. This morning, starting off with a north-northeast wind. We are expecting Sioux Falls today to really get up into the low to mid-30s. There are mentions of patchy light snow or patchy light mixed precipitation, but most areas kind of seeing pretty low amounts of that today. So that's kind of where we're at to begin with. But don't forget, the roads are slick. We had some overnight moisture west of Sioux Falls. I've noticed some of the morning road reports out toward Freeman and Yankton aren't exactly great. And then you look at the Black Hills, there's that new flare up tonight. And tomorrow morning, we're going to get a steady band of snow. Now, this is not a major storm, but it's kind of a widespread, moderate snow at times tomorrow. Temperatures likely in the upper 20s to low 30s from Aberdeen to Sioux Falls. A little colder than that in northwestern KELOLAND. I think things begin to taper off tomorrow evening. And when this one is said and done, I think 3 inches, maybe as much as 5 or 6 by the time we get to early Friday morning. Let's look at the maps on that, and you can see the running totals already. We've got a head start in Aberdeen. We had some snow last night there, so that's part of the number you're seeing on your TV screen and computer. Look at the numbers in Sioux Falls, 3 to 6. Yep, I still think that's looking pretty doable. We've seen worse, but it just adds to a busy winter. And then I will argue we're not done. We got another batch East River coming up Saturday morning. That's going to add some snow and wind. Speaking of wind, we've been able to avoid that. Not any major amounts of wind lately. Now, this system tomorrow is going to pick up an east wind 15 to 30. I think pretty common, Watertown, Marshall, Brookings. But look at this. See, Friday night, late and Saturday morning, there's a lot of wind out of the southeast. So it's going to be blowing around and new snow could come onto the scene there too. And then if that weren't enough, we got more wind out of the northwest on Sunday. That's going to create blowing snow, and that's coming in 40 miles an hour in some areas of eastern KELOLAND. So more on that story coming up, of course, in the next couple of days. Let's jump into your forecast now. 34 Sioux Falls today, upper 20s Mitchell, 19 degrees in Faith. The 7-day forecast, best chance of snow Thursday. Leftovers, not much on Friday. Saturday morning, we'll probably get another hit of some accumulating snow, especially north and east of Sioux Falls. Then we take a break from actual snow, but not a break from the wind and the colder weather Sunday into Monday. Okay, so that's the thing to watch there. Even though it may not be snowing, it can be windy, and that can create some blowing snow. And I would not hesitate one bit to call that out for Aberdeen and you folks that have been getting some steadier hits of snow lately in the northeast and the north central. Now, central KELOLAND, pretty good chance of snow tomorrow like everybody else. We do see maybe a brief bump on the temperature on Saturday. We could hit 40. Maybe we'll do that in Rapid City, but then, yeah, we'll see that cycle of cooler temperatures early next week. Lots to say online, and you can catch more details online at KELOLAND.com.